nutrition and nutraceutical park, the concept of the park. And how the probiotic industry can leverages. Amit, your time is exactly 20 minutes, please.
Thank you very much, and thanks for your time. Yes, I'm from Dr. Reddy's, but then I'm also working with a very interesting project in India, and I thought that this would be the right platform for everyone, right from academics to research scientists to industry to, get to know that what's happening in India in the field of nutrition and probiotics. I am consulting this nutrition park, which is first of its kind in the country and possibly in the world. It's the integrated nutraceutical park, which is coming up in Visakhapatnam. How does it work?
Can you help? Can you fix his presentation, please?
As I said, this is India's first nutraceutical park, which is hosted in Visakhapatnam, the state of Andhra Pradesh. What's so unique about parks? There are lots of industrial parks in this country, but this is one of its kind, as I've been saying. So I'll take you a deep dive into what is so unique about this and what it means to this industry. It's being headed by Dr. Jitendra Sharma, who is a WHO employee. He's on deputation to India to set up concept parks in the field of medical devices and nutraceuticals. As I said, that this park is based in Visakhapatnam, and Visakhapatnam has become now an international city with an international airport. We know that it has got a seaport for business and exports, and rail and road is well connected. Incidentally, Visakhapatnam got award as one of the best destinations to invest in India. What this park offers is a single-stop solution to the industry, be it academics, research, education, and I'm talking everything relevant to probiotics or nutritionals in the broader subject, and ease of conducting your operations. So in a nutshell, it's a pre-built manufacturing facility. Now this is important because most of the parks sell a plot. In this case, we are not selling anything. It's a pre-built manufacturing facility, research centers, fully equipped research centers available to industry to just take it on lease and start working. So there's no capital expense, Now in the spectrum of nutritionals, so anything between food and drug, so as you can see the circled area, so this is the area which is being focused in this park, which yes, also includes probiotics. So when we started working on, what do we do with this park and what will it serve to the industry and to the nation? So we started finding out that there's a disconnect of ecosystem because there's not too much evolution in terms of active ingredients in nutritionals, not many strains being commercially, researched and developed, and commercially, I meant to say commercially available in the country. Value-add formulations, although I'm working with Dr. Reddy's, today when we look at probiotics, we are one of the leaders in the country, we have to import, right? So there's no value-add formulations available, easily available, and there's no visibility of next formulations. Contract manufacturing is pretty Indian-specific. India is not capable right now to cater to the international contract manufacturing in nutritionals or probiotics. So when we started trying to address these, we found these are the challenges in India to get into the business of nutritionals. There's a lack of infrastructure. Entrepreneurial awareness is minimal. Startup support systems are not there. There's not much of venture capital available for the ideas, for research work, or as well as even a setup of a facility. There's a lack of application labs in India. Regulatory hassles are still, yes, FSSAI is pretty well evolved now, but then again, there are a lot of areas which is still under dispute, what goes into drug and what goes into food. There's still a debate that's going on. Clinical trial dilemma in nutritionals is a well-debated subject which is yet to be answered. And cost competitiveness, very important, because when you look at nutritionals, incidentally, most of the products or else the ingredients are being imported into the country, and that makes the product prohibitively expensive. Now, how do you bring down the cost? So what you get in this park is an ecosystem, as I said. So what you see over here is a pre-built facility, right from active ingredient facility to fermentation unit, the Center for Probiotics, Center for Peptides, library, everything that you need to get the business going from day one. So you don't have to visit the park to set up something for yourself, but to really do either research or could raise venture capital fund right at the park and do your unique innovations, or just get into production or contract manufacturing. And to make the business happen, this park allows or supports actually with a lot of back-end services like import and export support, venture capital, banks, auditorium, HR support. So all these stuff, including regulatory. I often see people using the term single window access. But dealing with government, one thing we have realized, when you go to a single window and open that window, you find 10 other windows. And that makes things very complicated. So in this case, the park takes over the work of regulatory clearances. You focus on your business or research work. The park takes care of everything to do with government. So there's no window in this park, to make it simple. This is a little deep down view, a modular view of how this nutritional park is. So on the top, you see technology and high capital driven feeder facility. Now this is a major hurdle in this country, because if this is not available, rest of the stuff is not so easy to operate. So now we have this. On your left, you see temperature controlled warehousing, NABL certified labs. Now NABL certified lab is not a big thing to talk about, because in India you find a lot of labs which I may have reservations still have NABL certification. So these labs are in India. To operate, we need to have NABL certification, but this is a world-class quality control labs. Then of course formulation units are over there. Just to give you a pictorial view of what this capital intensive feeder facility would be or looks like. So it's got a phytonutrient extraction units, the supercritical extractor, CO2 extractor, the application lab, the spray dryer. These are pretty expensive stuff, and if you really wanted to do it all and then get into the market, it'll take quite a lot of time for you to actually get your first investment back. So the capital cost is being absorbed by the government, and it's the operational expense that allows you to do the business. And because there's no capital expense from your side, the cost of either the ingredient or the end product comes down dramatically. As I was talking about, this has got a temperature control integrated warehousing complex, separate complex for probiotic strains, for phyto, for animals, for actives. Same for the regulatory services. It's not only about India FSSAI, so they are consulting cells for respective large regulatories like EFSA or TGA Australia. So this helps an operator there to actually develop products depending on where this company would want to do business, which part of the world can get the services right in the park. Just to give you, because I mentioned that it's an NABL certified lab, but not many labs will have these kind of equipments right over there. Okay, sorry. So it's pretty exhaustive, and these, let me tell you in simple terms, these equipments are available to you actually at no cost. You pay by use. There's a separate warehousing for the finished goods, right from, again, the plant products, the complex phytochemicals to the animal products. So it's all separately set up. Now the story doesn't really end there, because what we see is giving industry an impetus in the international platform. If you were to export your products, I'm sure you would have your business development, or if you have been doing your research work, you would like your research work, which is about to be commercialized, to be exposed internationally, and that's going to be pretty expensive. What this park has done is in advanced talks, and it's actually almost finalized, it will be announced very soon, has tied up with some of the topmost nutritional event organizers. One of them you must be aware of is Vitafoods. Now these kind of conferences will have this park's pavilion, and all the participants of this park, be it a scientist with its own research work or a company, can can have their own demonstration of products in these pavilions set up by the park. You don't have to pay to the Whitefoots to participate. I would not spend too much time on incentives given by government, because objective is to encourage the industry to grow. You can check out the website amtz.in, and you'll find a lot of supports that the government is giving, discounts and so on. Well, that's the commercial part. What is more important is you walk into the park,